All right, guys, we'll start in a minute. Okay. All right. All right, let's get it started here. Welcome to today's live session, May 28th, 2025. So, last week we told you guys that we were going to pull back to this purple line here. Remember, we highlighted this area. This was our area to buy for our wave 4. Okay, and then we said we're going to go into our wave 5. Okay, so we had our wave 3 here. We had our wave 3 here. Okay, here's our wave 4. Okay, here's our wave 4. And now we're going into our wave 5. So this is our wave 5 target here. 6100, 6240. Okay, so those are our two targets for our wave 5. So we're gonna get there fast. Okay, so after hours we're obviously pushing already to 6,000. Okay, this is this previous breakout here. We break through that, we're gonna go to 6100. Now this zone right here is gonna be our zone where we're gonna be careful. We're gonna be careful of. Okay. We wanna know that when we push that, we break out right here. Okay, because this is our breakout point. We break out right here. We're gonna get to 6100. That's gonna happen. Okay. Now the question is, where do we pull back? Do we pull back at that 6100? Do we get more juice and we go to that 6150 or the 6250? Where's that juice coming from? Well, we're gonna see. We see this channel here, right? So we see that channel. Let me remove here. Let me remove some of these things. Okay. Move some of these things so we have some clearer charts. Okay, leave that there. Okay. So we're going to go higher, right? We already did what we said we were going to do last week, right? We pulled back. We got to this area. We held this area. Okay. This was our buy area. We bought this area. Okay. This is our wave 4. Now we're going into our wave 5. Okay. Wave 5 is going to be fast. Okay. It's already been a couple days and we're already going. Okay. Today was a wash day. Really didn't do much, but I still, really thought that, hey, we're still going to go up. That wave 5 is still in play. We're still going to go. We just had that choppiness pullback today, that little shakeout. All right. So we're still going. That wave 5 coming up, and this is where we're targeting 6100, 6250, 6240. Okay. This whole zone right here, we're going to come up probably this week and touch this area at 61 and change. We're going to retest that channel. Now, that's the question. Are we going to retest that channel and fail? Okay, because that's going to be all-time highs as well. right there, that's 6166. So right there near that 6150, it's going to be retesting that. So let's put that in here. $61.66.50. Okay, that's going to be previous highs. Okay, so that's going to be our previous highs at that 61.66.50. So right in this zone, right in this zone, we're going to have to be careful with a pullback. All right, with the bigger pullback, a pullback that we're going to have to see, okay, where is it going to happen? All right, this is the zone it's going to happen in, but we're not sure exactly where exactly it's going to happen. So we're gonna be, you know, long all the way to that zone, and then we're gonna be taking that off and being a lot more cautious up there. Now, it's not to say that we can't keep pushing and go to the 62.40. We could definitely do that, but we're gonna also be cautious and starting to hedge up in that area. So right now, you know, it's all full on. Let's go bull, right? Buy until we get here into the zone, and then we got to be very cautious, right? We're a little cautious today with some hedges, but when we get up higher, this is where we really need a hedge, right? Really need a hedge, okay? So we're looking good so far. So this bull flag looks great. The setups looks great. You know, the breakout point is looking great. We're at least going here. At least. I think we're going at least, actually a little bit more, to about 61.40, 61.50, and probably tap. If we tap previous all-time highs, you know, and we double top there and then fall down, okay, that's that. But if we go past it, okay, I'll be looking for, you know, bearish divergences, you know, setups that are telling us that this is weak and whatnot. For right now, you know, the market's telling us, you know, we're strong. You know, we just came off of the 50R side, and we came up, we held it, and now we're pushing from it. We still got more room to go. Okay, we got more room to go. So we got more room to go up here. So we're good. We're good to go at least here for another push up to this area. Okay, on the 4 hour. Okay, same thing. The 1 hour, we still got a lot of room. Okay, we're right here touching that 6. You know, we got a little bit more room to go here. We look good. We look good to go higher. Okay, so you know, nothing's really changed from what we were saying last week. You know, we said last week we had that wave 1, wave 2, that wave 3. This is our wave 4, and this is our wave 5 here. So we said our wave 5 is typically as long as our wave 1. So, you know, if we grab that wave 1 and this, just see, you know, how potentially long it could be. You know, it could be a little higher. It could be. But it could be a little shorter too. Okay, so I'm not saying that we're gonna top off here. I'm saying there's a possibility that we can't. So I'm saying right in this area, I'm going to be looking at what's the possibilities. What am I looking for? What am I looking for weaknesses? You know, if we're still going and we break out of all-time highs, then, you know, we could possibly have a nice move, right? So we could possibly have a nice move. But do I think we're going to stay above all-time highs for a minute? I'm not sure. I'm going to have to evaluate that when we get there. But so far, I think we're going to at least go there. I think we'll go there, maybe a little bit more. Do I know if we're going to stay above there? Not sure. Okay. Is it a good possibility we can? Yes, we can. But I'm not making any promises right now. So I am making promise that we are going to hit that 6,100 at least. Okay. That's another couple hundred points. So that's that. So we got here. We're setting up. We're setting up pretty nicely. We've been in most of this. Honestly, we've been in most of this run. Okay, and not a lot of people can say that. Like we've been in this run. Okay, okay, we've been in this run. Okay, and we're getting in this run. Or we've been in this run since we dropped out here, and we're getting into this even more. So, I mean, not a bad couple weeks that we've been killing it in these runs. Okay, so so coming here, we're definitely gonna come here. Okay, now the the trick is, are we gonna push through it? Are we gonna go higher? Maybe we will. Maybe we won't. We're gonna have to see that when we get there. I'm gonna see how strong the market is. I'm gonna see what news is out there, what situations are out there, what's coming up to see if we're gonna break through that or not. But all in all, right now, I don't have any reason not to believe that we're at least coming here, to the previous highs. Okay, now, so in that, you could say, okay, well, you're coming here, right? You're coming here. Okay, it's probably gonna happen this week, most likely. We got 2 more days, and the wave five is fast. So, it's usually the wave five is overdoes what I think it's gonna do. So, we might go to that second target, but I have been undercut sometimes in there. So I'm not promising anything, but I'm promising that we are gonna come here to this area, 6100 area, 6100 and a half, 6150 area. That's the area that we're definitely going to come to. Okay. So, I mean, that's that. I mean, what else is there to say about ES and SPY? Their setup. We got the wave 4 perfectly, right? We called that perfectly. Okay, wave 3 we called pretty nicely. Okay, now the wave 5 we're calling pretty nicely. So if we get up into the zone, that's been a whole pretty much month and a half where we called everything pretty good, pretty nice. Okay, so let's go into that's ES. Let's go into SPY. Okay, so SPY. All right, so SPY, we pretty much got that in there as well. We said wave 4 was going to come here, right at that purple line. Okay, it hit that. Okay, we got that Morningstar reversal. We said that it was going to come. We had that short nicely too, right? That short overnight. We got that short. It was going to come here. Then it was going to come down here to the purple line, and then we buy the dip. Okay, that happened. It's doing well. We got those 600 calls. We got those 592 calls. We're doing pretty well on those ones. So where's SPY gonna go? Well, our target is 606, right? That's what we were saying. But the previous high is 613, right? So I'm thinking we get to go to at least 613, but my target is 606. But again, we could overdo it and hit that 613. Okay, that will correlate with ES because ES is a little stronger than SPY. So if ES goes to say 6200, then the SPY will go to 613. So, we got into 600 calls here and 592 calls here, and we're going to 600 at least already. If we run up pretty fast, this is the type of times where we're gonna run fast. Okay, we're gonna run up fast. We're gonna run up fast, and we're gonna hit these targets really fast. So getting any lottos, any call lottos, be my guest. We're gonna run up here pretty quickly. Okay, we're gonna gap, maybe pull back a little, and then run up, or we're gonna gap and just go. All right, so these things happen fast and really, 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 really strong. So really, really strong, really fast, and then it gets super weak really fast. Okay, so I want you to be prepared. We're gonna go to the zone, right? This is our zone that we want, that we said that we were gonna get. Okay, this is our zone. This is our profit zone here. Okay. So let me change that up a little bit. Okay. Oh, here we go. That's what I was doing. Okay. Okay. This is our profit zone right here. Okay. So we still got some room to go. All right. But I want to be cautious when we get here. Okay. I want to be cautious when we get there. Because because we're going to go fast. And then once we go that fast, you know, it's this is definitely gonna be our profit zone, or this is our take profit zone in this zone right here. You don't want to be too heavy up here. Okay, maybe we do go a little higher, maybe we do, but it's a lot of risks for in a wave 5 that you go this high and then you fall off pretty hard. And you know the markets, when they go up, they go up, but when they go down really fast as well. So I would be cautious there. I mean, obviously, I'm going to be in the markets watching and seeing things and throwing them out in the chat and explaining what I'm seeing and where I'm seeing the weakness at. But just be cautious. Don't. Now is not the time where you're just sitting there busy, not looking at the markets, because the markets are going to go fast, and then once they hit their needed targets, they're going to come back down faster. So it's not time to like buy some stuff and then take a week vacation and not look at your phone. Okay, that's not what's going to happen here. And we could hit it even quicker. We could just hit 605, 606, and then drop off. Okay, we're gonna see where that is, because the top of my wave 5 on ES is about 695, about 6,095. So right next to 6,100. But the start of it is right at 650. Okay, but I don't think if it just hits that, I don't think it's just gonna hit that and move down. But there's a possibility. So the start of this one, that would be around 602, 604. 606 is about 601, 6100 on ES. So 606, 605 is about 6100 on ES. So around that 605 area, 606, I'd be very cautious there. Of course, we could go higher, hit those all-time highs, but just going to be cautious in the zone. It's all fun. It's all grand when we're all making money and we're all in the situations good. We may not have got the tops and bottoms exactly, but we're doing pretty well in this whole trend. Okay, we've gotten the bottoms here. We gotten the slight tops here. Okay, we got the bottoms here. Okay, all right, and chop is chop. It's gonna mess with options, but in all reality, we're still going. We're still making money. We're still good. We're still doing great. All right. So what are we looking at for SPY? We're looking at 600, our next target. Okay, and then 605, 606 is going to be the toppy area. All right, the toppy area, and 613 is going to be a real toppy area. Okay, anything past that is extreme caution. Extreme caution. Okay, extreme caution. All right. Okay. All right. So I hope that I explained pretty well on SPY and ES where we're looking at and what we're targeting, because it's going to be important. Very important that we take some profits, or take most profits at those areas. Okay. All right, let's go take a look at at let's see here, at no, not the Dow Jones, I'm sorry. At NASDAQ. Take a look at NASDAQ. Okay, NASDAQ. So the NASDAQ, we have that wave 5 right there. We hit that yellow. Okay, now we broke out today or after hours today. Okay, now our target is 22,200 to 22,500. Okay, now NASDAQ might get the 22,500. They're really strong. So they're really strong. They might get those. So I'm not saying that we won't get these, because there's a very good possibility we're going to get these higher ones. 22,200, 22,400, around 22,500. We could definitely hit that. Okay? But then we'd be cautious around there, because that is going to be the all-time highs area. Let me see. Yeah, 22,450 is the all-time high. So we're going to be cautious when we hit that area. Okay, so again, this zone is our cautious zone, our take profit zone. Okay, that's going to be our take profit zone right there. Okay. Okay. All right, QQQ. Okay. 545.81. Okay, these are previous highs. All right. So QQQ, we push up to 535. Okay, that's our next target, 535. And then 540 is our previous highs. And 550 is our high target. So these areas are our targets here. Okay, those are our targets there. All right. So we're gonna run. We're gonna make a run for it, but just be cautious. We're gonna run there fast. We're gonna run there fast, and then we're gonna see how we're gonna act from there. Okay. So obviously we're gonna gap up a lot. Okay, we're gonna run there fast. Maybe we keep running. But I just want you to all be cautious on this hard run up. This hard run up is going to be fast and hard, but we're going to be cautious up here in this zone. Typically at the all-time highs or higher, because the QQQs are stronger. This is going to be a very, very, very iffy zone. We're going to be strong, but I just wouldn't be extremely heavy past this area. It still could go. Don't get me wrong. It still could go. And I mean, it's your money. You could be as heavy as you want. But I would say I would be heavy now until here. And then I would be slightly less heavy here. But I do think that, the 535 is going to hit for sure. 540 possibly even for sure. Now 550, that one's going to be iffy. Still on a pretty good chance, but still iffy. Okay, it's more risky. Obviously, it's going to be more risky. All right. All right. Okay, DIA. We got into DIA last was it a couple days ago? Right here where it hit this. Yeah, on Monday. Oh, not Monday, Friday. Friday where we hit this, we gap filled. We hit this, and we called this our inverse head and shoulders, right? We have one shoulder here. We have the head here. We have another shoulder here, and it could be a giant cup and handle, whatever you want. This one breaks that 428. Okay, breaks that 428, and we can make a run 435, 438. Okay, so that could happen. That could definitely happen. We could break that tomorrow and make that run for it. Now, see, here's a tricky point, right? So here we got our wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, and this is our wave 4. So this could definitely be our wave 5, 438, or we could go a little higher, 444, or even 449. Okay, that could be the run 2. And if this, is this setting up like an inverse head and shoulders, and it does run, I think we hit at least 440. So DIA, I think hits 440. In that, I feel like a lot of other things that have the inverse head and shoulders are going to run as well. Granted, AAL has that inverse head and shoulders. We got that here, right at that support area, the 20 SMA. Okay, now that one is gonna push through at least 12. I think we could get into the 12s, and then possibly, if there is a huge run in the Dow, then I say we could break through that and get to 13. If it gets to 13 area, that's gonna be an area where I'm gonna be selling. We'll be selling some at least. I'm going to be selling because we have the 200 SMA and the 100 SMA right at that 316, 320 area. So that's an area where I'm going to be looking to sell if we get that breakout. Okay. All right. With that AAL, we have Delta as well in our airlines that we currently have. Okay, the Delta we got here at that 20 SMA. Okay, it popped up. It's above that area of support, and it has that inverse head and shoulders on it as well. So this one could pop it up all the way to 53. Okay, 53 is going to be the breakout point, but it has that 100 and the 200 SMA right there. So I'd be selling some at least right there as well. Okay, if it breaks through that, then we could rally up to 57 and more. Okay. So the RSI looks great on the daily. It looks great. Everything looks great for these to run. So Dow, AAL, BA looks good as well. BA, it's just been consolidating here with a nice bull flag. Once it breaks through that 209, once it breaks through that, 220 comes. 220 comes. And we could have a big run on airlines. And that's going to help the whole markets increase. So airlines, big runs possible, very big run possible. We had that wave 1, 2, this is 3, this is 4. Wave 5 could easily be 230 on here. We could see wave 5 to be all the way to 230 because we have 209 okay, as a breakout point. We break that out, 220, easy target, 10 points above. Okay, we get another 20 points, we get 230. So obviously I'm going to be taking some profits at 220. Okay, but I will save some for 230 and 240 if we get that. So I'll be watching those as well. But everything looks good. It looks good for the breakout. Wave fives look like they're primed. Okay, it looks like they're primed, and they're really, and we're gonna go. Okay. Look. Okay, so those are the airlines. Those are with the DIA. All right. Okay, IWM. Okay, IWM here. Kind of same setup. Not as strong though. It's set up as a bull flag. It needs to break that 208, 209 area. Breaks that 209. Then we have a chance to run to 212. And 215. 212 and 215. Okay. So that's what that has an inverse head and shoulders as well on the IWM. So that IWM breaks out, we should be going to 215 area. Should be going to that 215 area. Okay. All right. All right, let's get into some stocks that we're in already. Okay. Apple. Okay, Apple failed that cup and handle there. Okay, so failed that couple handle, and we got like a triple bottom here. So we got like a little triple bottom there. Okay, now we're going above that 200 level here. All right, now it looks like we're gapping over these moving averages. So these moving averages right here at that 206 area, gapping over that. Okay, we should hold that and be able to come push it to 210. Okay, if we could push it to that 210 tomorrow, we could possibly get to that 214 this week. And if we could break through that, we could get to that 217, 218 area. Okay, and that's going to be the top of that downtrend, 217 to 218. Okay, and that 220 is that 100 SMA. If we get enough juice and power, we could possibly make it there. But I'm anticipating 217, 214, and 217. Okay. All right. Tesla. All right, Tesla broke out above 350, hit our first target at 360, and I think it keeps going at 374. Okay. 374 to 375 this week. I believe that it's any hit, possibly to 380. Okay. I think it looks good. Nice bull flag. Should be going to that 374, 380 part. If it gets enough juice, probably makes it to 390, 400. 390, 400 area. If it gets real good juice. I think that's a possibility right there. All right. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Let me grab this here. Next stop that we're in. Go MicroStrategy. Okay. So MicroStrategy hit the daily support today and turned around. Okay. So I believe this one is ready to go. It was a couple cents away from there. But it's okay, a couple bucks away from that. but turning around, okay, it could come back over. I'm anticipating it if we have a good couple days, 2 days. I'm anticipating 395, 397. Come back to this 20 SMA. Fill this gap here at 398. And that could happen. Today we put in a bullish divergence here. Put in a bullish divergence here. So this thing should turn around and start pushing. All right, we got a bullish divergence here on the 4 hour. Okay. And the 1 hour looks good with RSI above 50. Okay, this one looks like it's going. It's ready to go. I'm anticipating 390 this week. 390 to 395. I would say possibility 400 is if we're getting a strong market. Okay, strong market, we could definitely come to 400. All right. Very good possibility. Okay. What else are we in? All right, crowd. Crowd, we were in this. It broke out on Friday. Okay, did well yesterday. Okay, did okay today. It went back to the high and then it came back down. But I think this one goes to 477. If it's not there already, is it there already? It's already there. So I think this one's good. This one's good to go. 477, and then our next target is going to be 480, 490, and then that 500. Okay, so we're going to run up here to 490, possibly this week. Then it has the earnings next week. So I'll probably get out of this around 490, 500. Let me see here. Where's it? Are we already at all-time highs? Yep, we're already breaking out of all-time highs here. Okay, so if we're gonna hit 490, 500, I would say get out, but this might keep going. It might keep going for earnings as well, but I would still probably take those profits because they're gonna be a lot of profits. They're gonna be a lot of profits, though. Okay. All right. Let's see. What else are we in? We're in. All right. Take a couple looks at some stocks here for. Okay. All right. GS. Okay. GS. All right, GS here. With 1, 2, 3, 4. So GS probably has another leg up. We're looking at 530. 530 and 540. But I would anticipate just 530. 530, and this is going to be our wave 5 right here, between 530 and 540. This would have to come up inside here. So this is right on the channel. So we pop it up here on the channel. It's gonna probably hit that 530 area. Okay. Okay, we could probably get a little bit more. But again, this is the area I'd be cautious about. Now, I'm not talking about shorting anything right now because it's a wave 5 across the board, and you're gonna get ripped up. So I'm not entertaining shorting anything right now. Because until this is done, you're not gonna want to short anything. Okay, this stock, penny stock. Look, if you want to jump in this penny stock, go ahead. I think I gave you my opinion of it last time, and it's not going to change. So I said if it's above one, above here, you could get long it, but it's a penny stock. It's volatile. It could fall back down. That's up to you. Um, I don't really know too much about this. It looks like a double bottom, longer term. But again, it's a penny stock. It could do whatever it wants. It's already up, 100% from the bottom here, 50 cents, and then comes to get back down to 50 cents. Is already up $1. You could probably get another move like that, or you can't. To me, it looks like a double bottom, but penny stocks are very volatile and they do what they want. So, that's why I don't mess with them. I mess with Fortune 500 companies that have a lot of trading and a lot of backing that don't just act like penny stocks. So, looks like a double bottom. Looks okay over one, but I don't have any recommendations for you. If you want to get long, that's on you. Tesla, MicroStrategy already did. Okay, Meta. Okay, Meta. Okay. All right, Meta's going to 570. 570. 585. Okay, so in between here, from 570 to 585, you're gonna this is gonna be your wave 5. Okay, it might go a little bit more. Maybe to 590. It's going to be a difficult one because this is a previous channel. It's outside the previous channel. It hit that previous channel, fell. Now, I don't know if it's going to hit that previous channel again at 570 and then fall again. We're going to have to see. But if it does, if it gets through there, it could get to 680 and then 590. Yeah, it looks good though. Looks like it's gonna head higher. It's gonna head higher. at least 570. At least. Okay, this industrials. Okay. Well, I already said industrials are gonna go. They look good. This one looks like it's very volatile though. But industrials are still gonna go. But let me see this. I think this one could go back up to where it was. I'm not sure if it's gonna pass that. It might double the top at that, or it might pass that and go to 15. It pulled back a lot. It needs to get back over 1180. And if it could get back above 1180, it's going to be a lot better. Right now, it's in a chop zone between 1032 and 1180. So it needs to get back above there and then push up higher. Otherwise, it's not gonna. It doesn't look strong. It doesn't look strong right here. It needs to get back above there and hold above there, and then this looks like a topped out candle, and it sold off hard. So getting back over here is gonna be difficult, and if it does, you got a risk of it topping out here again, because this is a big top off candle. Okay, so I would be cautious if you long this in this zone right here. But it does look like it's going to bounce and it's going to go higher with the markets. But if it can't get past this area, I would dump it. I would dump it. Okay. 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 Next one. Okay, XPX. $61.47. Okay. All right, SPX. I believe it's gonna go to 6,075. First target. Okay. Previous high 61.50. Okay, it may go there. Okay, high target is 6,200. So in this zone, these are sell zones right here. These are sell zones. So right now, it's up a little bit. 59. It's up. It's up near the breakout point. So you could get a run up. So in SPX, you say what'd you get? What are you looking at? Lottos, of course. So you're looking at SPX. I mean, I would go with the 6,000 call. That's easy. Let me see how much those are. 6,000 calls for Friday are 2,500. Let's see. 6,000 call for tomorrow. 1,500. Now these are going to be changed tomorrow, so they're going to be a lot more. So let's see what a 6,100 call is. 6,100 call is $2.65. $2.50. See, this would be better if we got them today. If you got them today at $2, I would probably be the best one. Would have got was this 650 call. But then the next one to get is a 6,100 call. Would have got it today at 250. That would have been great. Tomorrow's probably going to be worth, it's probably going to be worth double that. But that's still would buy it, especially if we're going to rip it. If we're going to rip it to 60.75, say 60.75, that would have been a good one at $5 too. Right now, tomorrow's probably going to be worth like $7-8. Still a good buy. The 6,100 is a good buy. I think that we get there. Okay, I think we get there, but of course, SPX is more risky. It's more expensive, but it brings back a lot higher profits. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, next one. All right, PLTR has been building a bull flag. Next target is 135, and they got 147. So 135 and 137. Let me see here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 135, 140, 147. Okay. So looks good to 135 to 140, and then 147 is the top target there. Okay. Okay. Pisa looking like if it could get over that 200 SMA, they go 46.50, 49. So those are previous targets that are still good. Area of resistance right there. Right? So 46.50, 49. Needs above that 200 SMA. Okay, let's see here. All right, coin. Coin kind of fizzled out right here. Fizzled out. It looks like it wants to come back a little bit, but you know, after hours is probably up because the whole market's up. So if it could get through that 265 area and then that 275 area, this one could start going and ripping to that 300. But if it can't get through that area, it wants to come back and revisit 245. It's stuck between this area. Stuck between all that. Now, a stock that is has been trying to kill it, Microsoft. So Microsoft is above all time, or not all time highs, but above this resistance. Okay. So above this resistance, and it's wanting to go to the all time highs here. Now, looking at this, we had that wave 1, that wave 2, so that wave 3. Okay. That wave 5, we could still go to that 5 or 468. That 468 level. Could still go there. 468 level. Right there. So that's where we could go. 468 on Microsoft. Looks good. Looks good. Okay. Let's see here. What else do we got here? Okay. PNAW. We need to get past this 20th SMA, okay, which we are at after hours. If we could hold above that 190, we could start going to that 195. If we break that 195, we go to 200. Okay. Okay, NVIDIA. Okay, NVIDIA. NVIDIA, our original target was 141 before earnings, but never didn't happen. It stopped out at 137. Okay, and then right now it's at 141.65. It's right at our target right now. So it's at our target right now. If we could hold above there, you could go 144, 148. Okay, if we lose this, we come back down. So for NVIDIA, yeah, 144. If we stay above 141.65, we go 144. Okay, if we can stay above 144, we go 148. Below 140, we come back down to 136 or lower. But, you know, who knows? NVIDIA could get a short squeeze on it. Okay. Could get one. It could get a nice little short squeeze on it. We'll see. We'll see if that happens or not. Okay, let's see. AMD. AMD, if this one runs tomorrow, we can get 118, 120. 118 to 120. Okay, that's if we run it tomorrow. It looks good. You can see wave 1, 2, 3. This is 4. We could get 126 as a target. So that could be the wave 5 right there, that 126 area there. So that could be a nice runner right there. Okay. AMD, if NVIDIA keeps going to that 148, AMD could keep going as well. Okay. Now, let me check out another one here. What was it called? Let me see here. Why am I forgetting it right now? I'm blanking on the name of it. Oh yeah. SMCI. Let's check out SMCI. Okay. Okay, SMCI. All right, so here's another one. Okay, so it gap filled here 2 days ago. Okay, this one I wanted to get in this one today, and I totally blanked out on it. But this one looks like it could start going. This one could start going towards that 45. It breaks out that 47. We go to that 50 and that high 50s into the 60s. So this one looks good. Looks like a nice little dragon pattern on it. So that's a good possibility. That's a good possibility. And when I was in a lot of this year, but I got out of it for whatever reason. AVGO. It was perfectly. I looked at it today, and it was right on the lower end of the channel. I was thinking it could go to 250 this week. I was worried about Nvidia earnings, so I just didn't do it. And now it's almost at 250 right now after hours. Yeah, this one's a monster. It just broke out today, and I was worried it was a fake breakout and the video was gonna tank it, but it's still going. It's almost at 250. So this one, we played this one pretty well throughout the last couple months, but we slept on the last little bit of it. But that's okay. We got other things that we made money on. Okay. MU. It's on its wave 5. I mean, it's going into its wave 5 right now. It's probably going to hit 103. It's probably going to hit 103 as its wave 5. 103 to 105. I'd be cautious there. 103 to 105. If it gets past that and holds it, it could go to 114. But I would say 105 area, I'd be cautious. I'd be cautious about 105 area. Okay. Okay. All right, SLV. SLV has just been kind of steadily chopping around here. It has two bull flags. It has one bull flag and then has another bull flag, but it's just staying in this general area. Okay, let's see. Um. Okay. Okay. CRM looks good. It looks like it could pop to 293. But it's looking kind of weaker. So I don't know if it's gonna go past that 293, 295 area, but it could probably go towards that area, 295, 293 area. Okay. PNAW already did. PLTR already did. Okay. Okay, so look, this is the type of stuff I'm worried about. Visa. So we hit a top here. Okay, then we came here, wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, okay, wave 4. Okay, but I don't know if this is topping out, right? Because there's a divergence on it for sure. Not seeing if it's topping out or not, but it almost looks like it. So stuff like that you have to be careful about. So, like if SPY does this, SPY breaks out the new highs, right? 613 or 616, whatever it was. Whatever SPY breaks out of it, it goes higher, and then it just completely dumps fast. It dumps super fast. Boom, boom, boom. We're up here, 369, and then 3-4 days later we're at 352. That's a big drop. That's a huge drop right here. So this is what I'm talking about. When we hit that wave 5 on SPY QQQs, We're gonna probably have strong candles like this, super strong candles, and then we're gonna top out, and then we're gonna drop hard. Okay, so that's what I'm anticipating. So this is what I don't want it to happen. This is why I'm saying when we get to those areas, I want us to be prepared. Be prepared. Okay, let's see. Other airline stocks. Love looking good. Had a huge day yesterday. Okay, today try to break out. Okay, and the after hours is breaking out. So after hours is breaking out. Okay. See, the airlines, I think the airlines are, the next ones to go. I mean, obviously the whole market's in the wave five, so obviously everything's going to go. But I think airlines have so much room. They have a lot of room. I think this one goes to 35. It has a nice room right there. I think those airlines, the AALs, DALs, the BAs, I think they have room. What else are we in? What else are we in? Oh, okay. Okay, RGTI, kind of topped out yesterday, forming a little bull flag, kind of like a cup and handle. Could consolidate a little bit before it goes. But these ones are a good long plays. Okay, Google. Let's see, Google. Okay, Google. Google's having trouble at that 175 area. It hit it once, pulled back, hit it again today. Okay, now it's out. It's over it today, and I think if we could gap over it and push, I think we could push it to 180 level. 180. I think Google is still good. I think it was a buy today. I think it goes to 180. Definitely going to 180. Okay. Amazon. Amazon's still consolidating in this here area. Still think it goes to 214, 215, 217 area. I think it still hits that 217 area. So I would be cautious at the 217 area, but I think it does hit that 217, 218 area. But there's a lot of resistance here, so be cautious there. Okay. All right. What else am I looking at? Not looking at them too much anymore. What am I missing here? Let's see here. Okay. You know, we said a lot of stocks already, but Disney's the last one. I think I'm gonna look over here. You know, you got wave one, wave two. This is wave three. This is wave four, and then here's your wave five on Disney. Got here. Here to here, but I would target that 115 area, 115 or 117 area, and I think that would be good. But you know, we got so many good things that we have. You know, we got Apple, Spy, QQQ, DIA, AAL, Delta, Boeing, so many other stocks that are just gonna hit. I mean, I would say just Spy and QQQ itself are gonna hit so hard. So I mean, we know exactly where they're going. So I mean, why not just play those ones we know exactly where we're going? You know, QQQ. You know, is gonna be strong one. It's gonna be a very strong one. I mean, we're already right here on QQQ. You know, that's a big gap up already. So we're already here at QQQ. We're right here at QQQ. You know, we got another candle. You know, I think I'm gonna be playing those QQQ Spy. I already have a lot of other calls and other things, but those are gonna run. But any lottos or anything short term, I'm gonna play QQQ and Spy, and just let it run. Let it run to the targets that I have. Get out there, make that money, and then be happy. It's been a huge month. It has a huge month. It has been a huge 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Been a huge 2 months. You know, I'm sure a lot of you made a lot of money. Made a lot more money than some people that make it in a year. But you know that's how the market is. You know, market's gonna be good. You know, and then the market's gonna be bad. You know, market's gonna be choppy, right? Market's gonna be good. It's gonna be choppy. It's gonna be bad. Then it's gonna be good. And then here we're gonna be good, and then it might be choppy, and then it might be bad. Then it might be choppy again. So you got to take your money where the money's getting good. Okay. So when we get up here in this area, maybe we get some 500 puts for 6 months out. You know, when we're up here in the 550 area, we're up here in the 550 area, get some 500 puts. Just in case this tops out here, and get it there. That could happen. Or we go past that. There's no problem getting some long puts up here for in that wave five, because anything could happen, especially in this administration, especially with all this talk and all these trade deals and all these wars and all these things that could affect the economy, all these things that could inflect inflation. We could easily just come back down here in the next couple of months, in the next summer months, right? So think that right now we're just focused on the targets here at hand. We go there, make some good money, take that money, don't try to trade with it all. Take whatever money out that you need, take whatever money out that you're overly on, or put it in individual stocks. Buy some stocks, buy some dividend stocks, so that they don't move, so that you take that extra money that you've made throughout this next 2, 3, 4 months, you put them in something that isn't going to move as much, or just put them on cash or take it out, so you're not threatened to trade with it. Because when we get into these other times where it's going to be choppy, where it's going to pull back, where it's going to be volatile, you're going to end up eating that. You're going to get eaten up at time decay. You're going to get eaten up by volatile moves. And you're going to be like, oh, all the money I made, I lost. Now, you don't want to do that. You want to be smart. Be smart. Take that money out. Buy some dividend stocks with it. And let them pay you, a dividend. So what? It doesn't move. It pays you a dividend every month. It doesn't matter. You still have that money. You're investing, right? You're trying to grow your account. Grow it. Don't be a pig, right? Bulls make money. Bears make money. Pigs get slaughtered. Don't be a pig. So we're gonna make this money. The wave 5 is gonna come. The wave 5 coming already. Okay, I said it last week. I said this is gonna happen. It's happening. Okay, I'm telling you now. After this wave 5, don't be greedy. You're gonna lose it all. You're gonna lose it all. And I don't want to hear. Steven didn't warn me. I'm warning you right now. I'm warning you right now. Okay. Trust me, I've been doing this a long time. And it happens every time. We make a shit ton of money, and then people end up losing it because they get greedy. Okay, you don't want to get greedy. You want to be good. You want to make your money, kill it, and then be like, all right, I'm good. I need to chill out. Made a ton of money. I need to chill out for a little bit. Trade smaller. Okay, trade smaller. Get the ideal. Let me get the ideal of what the market's doing, and until you go heavy again, or we go into this again, because euphoria is coming. If it's not already here, euphoria is coming, right? There's a lot of euphoria right now. It's been buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip, right? Okay, then we sold and we made money on puts, and now it's buy the dip again. But this isn't gonna last. It's not gonna last forever, right? This buy the dip here, it's almost done. Somewhere around here, it's gonna be done. Okay, somewhere around here, we might go a little higher. We might go 560. Okay, we might go 560. If we do that, great. But I'm telling you, it's not gonna last. If we start ripping hard, we're gonna break all-time highs, and that's gonna trigger a breakout, and we're probably gonna go higher. But it's probably gonna be a false breakout, and we're gonna come back. So I'm telling you, anytime you're around here, reduce. Do not trade with everything you have. Do not trade with the oversized. Reduce. Okay, you're gonna be happy with the money. Reduce, in your trading. You're gonna be a lot smarter. You're gonna be a lot happier. Okay. All right. Yeah, Nick, just send me a message in the Discord, okay, or on Instagram or something. All right. But that's what I got to say. Okay. That's what I got to say, and then here we'll look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, Bitcoin's a tell-all to the markets. Okay, so we broke all-time highs with Bitcoin, and then we fell back inside. Okay, let me see here. So this is wave 5 basically on Bitcoin. So this is wave 5 basically on Bitcoin. It might go a little bit. It might try to double top on it. It's like an iffy wave 5. Yeah, it's like an iffy wave 5. Let me check this out. Yeah, no, it's definitely a wave 5. Let me see here. Yeah, it's definitely a wave 5. So on Bitcoin, it's a wave 5 already. Okay, so that it's already topped out. Okay, so how do I know it's a wave 5? Well, there's a big bearish divergence on it on the 4-hour. Okay, it made all-time highs and then it's coming back. All right, it's not breaking down yet because the market's gonna go. So I wouldn't doubt if this came back up, double topped, and then fell off. But I don't. I think Bitcoin is done right here. So that's that. So that's giving me extra ammo that says, okay, market's gonna do the same thing. It's gonna break all-time highs, and then it's gonna come back in. So let's see if it does that. You know, mark with the words that I'm saying. Okay, I've been right. I've been pretty much right for the past couple months. We'll see if I'm right here. If I'm right, as we're gonna break all-time highs with SPY and QQQ, most dominantly with QQQ, SPY probably too. We're gonna break all-time highs, and then we're gonna come back in right on the next day. So right after we break all-time highs, what are we gonna do? We're gonna get puts. Okay, we're gonna reduce calls. Okay, we don't have to get out of all calls, but we're gonna reduce calls and get into some puts. Okay, and if it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, we still have some calls. Okay, but we're dealing with an area of uncertainty at the top. Okay, on this wave 5. Wave 5s will never tell you where they're gonna top it out at, but they'll tell you this. I know the zone. This is the zone between 600 and 615. 605 to 615. Okay, that's gonna be our zone on SPY. All right, so when we get here, we're gonna buy it up until we get here, and then boom, take the profits, reduce, get some puts, and then let's see what happens. All right, guys. That's all I got for you today. Any questions? Anything else? No? All right. Well, you guys have a good night, and I will see you guys next week then.